3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome to the first edition of Whitney's World. Yep, I'm Whitney Reynolds. This is my lovely 16-year-old assistant, Miss Puffy Doolittle Heiner. And we are just going to hopefully encourage you, give you kind of an inside look at how we got to where we are, and give you hope for the day. And I have to tell you, one of the ideas that I had with this name was my sister said, name it Wild Whitney's World. But then I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to give people the wrong impression about what type of videos these are. So really, we do live a wild life. I like to call it beautiful chaos, but we're going to stick with Whitney's World. So welcome to the first edition. I'm Whitney Reynolds. If you're new to my face, or Miss Doolittle's, I'm a talk show host. She is a Shih Tzu. But I am a talk show host. I own and host the Whitney Reynolds Show that airs on public television. We're home based in Chicagoland, and we are raising toddler twins. And the show I own and host, so it's a little bit of a different, we're not owned by the network, which is really crazy in itself, but also really exciting because we're really on a mission to create positive change, which is cool. And we are able to be that mouthpiece. So that's who I am. We've noticed that our uptick on social has picked up since the coronavirus has taken off. And we want to be that inspirational hope and kind of give you that space so you know that you can be encouraged, that there is hope out there. And sometimes it is choosing the even then over the what if. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now is even then I'll be okay. But if we stick in the what ifs, it's crazy. And so anyways, the show is an inspirational talk show that is dedicated to being a safe space for all stories. And the way I formed that was being the child that had a delicate life story that needed a safe space. And my family went through a very trying time, but we came out on top. And what I realized is that there is a million other families like mine. If you take time to get to know your neighbor or maybe someone that you sit next to at work, everyone has a story and that matters. So that is the foundation of our show, but we are not a Christian show. We are an inspirational show. However, if you follow me or you're watching this video, you'll know that my cornerstone is really truly based on the Lord and kind of where he's brought me in my life. And I tell you, as we've been going through this last week, from schools getting shut down to then the mayor announcing that we were having a stay-at-home order to, it just went really fast.
We must enact an immediate stay-at-home order for the state of Illinois. So that is the action that I'm announcing today. We have looked closely at the trajectory of this virus.
It went from kind of memes on Facebook. Is that right? Is it memes or Mimi? I'm going to stick with memes, but I don't know. I have a tendency to make up my own words if I don't know them. But it went from memes on Facebook to this crazy reality of like, this is impacting now, my city. This is hurting and even ending lives in our country. And it became very personal within a week. And it's amazing how fast everything upticked. And if you're anything like me, I'm social. So to be locked at home with twins seemed like my biggest concern, maybe Puffy's concern too. And then it went from this like gripping reality last night. It hit me that it's a really hard time. Like I found myself, and I'm a very upbeat person, and I found myself in this stairway being secret, holding back tears of, whoa, this is all kind of coming down at once. And it was because I got a call that one of my really close people in my life has a family member on a respirator, that two of my best friends are in the front lines. And it just kind of all hit me at once. And I was in the stairway, and then I heard my kids giggle. And they said, "Daddy, I love you." And it was amazing because in that moment, the exact hope I needed was to hear the love continues. And then to also know that childlike faith is a wonderful gift. And as adults, we sometimes lose our way because we become so news bound. Not that I'm saying it's bad to watch TV, because I have a lot of friends on TV, but it's really hard to hear the headlines and then know how to process those. And children don't hear those. Children do have that childlike faith. And so I was completely encouraged in that moment on the childlike faith. And I really hope that you can find that, or what it is that makes your heart sing in this moment, like maybe what this season is supposed to teach you. I do know personally that any of my hard times, and I've had some really hard knocks from some stuff in my childhood to relationship issues, it's always led to a deeper understanding of self and literally my pot of gold at the rainbow. And I'm sure over the coming Whitney's World episodes, we'll get into some of that more, but it has been, astonishing to look back and say, like, thank you, Lord. I might have not wished that or hoped for any of that, but look where it led me and look where it got me to where I am now. So that's kind of my thing of the week of remember that it is okay. The last week picked up really fast for all of us. It also was really funny because we went from, I personally went from being a talk show host and launching a new season. By the way, my premiere party, which was sold out, became a VIP party for just Puffy, me, and my husband. But we went from that to I became part-time preschool teacher and a chef. Now, for all my friends that are watching, you're probably like, oh, shoot, Whitney got in the kitchen. Shoot is right. Let's just say all of our throats are still burning from one of my turkey dishes. So I might not be allowed in our kitchen again, but we started wearing all these different caps. So it's natural to feel overwhelmed. My husband's been down in the basement working his little hiney off, hiney, no pun intended. His last name's Heiner. And so, if you think about it, all of our aspects of life have changed drastically. So it's okay to feel kind of overwhelmed in these moments, but really discovering what it is that you can use to get through these, is really a beautiful thing. And so for me, mine is kind of holding on to hope and faith. And then also some of the funny things I've been doing with my kids, I feel like I've gotten to know the twins on a much deeper level. So I want you to see some of these pictures. We've gotten really creative at our house, from swimming pool bath nights to Mickey pancakes to who knew that you could go church hopping on a Sunday with so many different churches online. I hope you stay blessed, stay encouraged, and know that your story does matter, but also what's brewing in this time. Hey, I'm not that boring. But also what's brewing in these moments matters. And how you react and how you respond is really leading to a deeper understanding of self. So be encouraged. Until next time for Whitney's World, follow us on our stories. They're never dull. Right, Puff? Can you say bye? Bye, y'all.